Okay. I call Stephen Moore. Come on.
Hello.
Hello, Stephen. Steve. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Good, good. We'll get started here in a minute. We got about a minute before the show begins. And man, I tell you, I was just listening to our president. He tickled me. He was talking about how this energy, his energy bills are going to do so much for the American people. And I was just thinking when Barack Obama was asked about the $782 billion that he gave away to the green companies, and he was asked, well, what happened to those shovel ready jobs? And he said, I guess they weren't so shovel ready after all. Yeah, but they stole the money. All the companies went belly up, every last one of them. No, they didn't. Yep, let's do that. So we'll be on in a second here.
Welcome back, hosts. Have a great show.
You see that black boy over there running scared? His old man in the bottom.
Okay, welcome, folks. Welcome to the Reality Check with Charles Butler. We are broadcasting live here on RedStateTalkRadio.com, and hopefully you will join us with Mr. Stephen Moore, who is a senior fellow over at Heritage and an advisor to President Trump on the economy. And we're going to talk today. I'm going to talk a little bit about, get his take on the XL pipeline and what happened there in terms of the negative impact on not only the economy, but on jobs. You have real people who are being laid off. We have a national security issue with the being dependent on foreign oil from enemies. And just a bad deal all the way around, in my opinion. But let's hear from Mr. Moore and what he has to say. Good afternoon, Stephen. How are you?
Hi, Charles. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us. So, Stephen, what do I mean, we know, I've listened to you over the years talk about, these issues like the Keystone Pipeline and green energy and these things. When we were talking offline, one of the things when these people are talking that nobody is bringing up is Barack Obama went down the same path about laying off, cutting off good paying jobs for jobs in the future, some green job in the future. We don't know when. Joe Biden said, well, he told the people in Pennsylvania, well, we'll kill, how many jobs was it? I think it was 300,000 jobs. But we're going to replace this. We're going to teach you how to write code. 300,000 code writers for non-existing code jobs. I mean, really?
Well, I think that's right. And then remember when they went into West Virginia and they killed so many of the coal jobs there, they said, well, we're going to have you people, build solar panels. And everybody looked at each other like, what is Hillary Clinton talking about? So this is what the left is doing now. This was a key infrastructure project for our country. We need pipelines. We're one of the major oil and gas producing countries in the world, thanks in no small part to Donald Trump's pro-energy policies.
Right.
And by the way, these are not, Charles, these aren't $15 an hour jobs. These are $50, $60, $70, $80 an hour jobs. I mean, a lot of people in that oil patch are making, blue collar workers making $100,000 a year. That's a pretty good salary. So it was a sad day in America that this was canceled. Now, it is true, Biden campaigned on this. He told the American people he was going to cancel this if he was elected president. And of course, it's he's following through with that, with that promise. But while we're canceling the Keystone Pipeline and other I bet he's going to go after other pipeline projects as well. Meanwhile, Russia and China now have a $10 billion where they are pipelining the oil and gas from Siberia down to China. And that's what's wrong with that picture, Charles, that Russia and China are two big enemies, can build pipelines, but we can't here in the U.S.
Not only build pipelines, Stephen, but send us the oil and want us to buy their products. That's a result of their.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, how crazy is that?
I mean, anybody who thinks China is not going to, this strategy of,
right.
Hey, wrangle our oil and gas business, and then the rest of the world will follow suit. It's like, Charles, you and I standing on a cliff, and you say to me, you jump first and I'll be right behind you. Right.
Right.
I'm not so sure I'm going to defend, believe you. And so this is exactly what we're doing. We're unilaterally killing our oil and gas industry. And remember, Donald Trump used to talk about how the rest of the world is laughing behind our backs.
They are.
I think that's exactly what they're doing right now.
No question. I mean, how stupid is that? But see, you get policies like this from people who've never worked for a living. You get how does Barack Obama take $787 billion from the American people and send to 143 companies for green jobs that are never produced? So all of the owners of these companies walked away with this money. Solyndra, for instance, where is Solyndra today? Where has Solyndra been the last 4 years? They folded up the company and put that money in their pockets and walked away.
Of course, there are dozens of companies like Solyndra that just laughed all the way to the bank. And then the companies went bankrupt, but people walked away with a lot of money. It's a scam, and we're going to repeat that scam. Look, I'm not against solar and wind industry. Solar, I think, has some real promise in the next 25, 30 years. I don't think wind is a very smart way to get, electric power. I was just looking at these numbers, Charles, last night, because I'm one of these kind of policy nerds that gets into this stuff. But I looked at, what percentage, the latest Department of Energy numbers about what percentage of our energy comes from what sources. And almost exactly 80% of our energy today, the energy we use for, driving our cars, for heating our homes, for our air conditioning, for, powering our factories, for all of the energy that we use, for, recharging the batteries of our cell phones and running the cloud, which uses a huge amount of energy. 80% of that energy comes from oil, gas, and coal.
So I listened to Joe Biden say exactly, but I listened to Joe Biden say a few minutes ago, well, we're putting people to work building charging stations across the country. Well, what electricity? How are you going to get electricity to these charging stations if you don't have coal or some other reason?
Coal and natural gas are the two major sources we use for getting the electric. It's like people say, "Oh, we're not going to need oil anymore because we're going to have electric vehicles like Teslas." And I say, "Fine, okay, we're going to get the electric power to charge the batteries." Oh, I didn't think about that one. Well, we get a huge amount of our energy today from natural gas, which is a great fuel, by the way. It is clean. It's abundant. It's made in America. It's bountiful. It's cheap, and it's clean burning. It doesn't pollute. So why wouldn't? And by the way, you need pipelines to transport the natural gas, and we don't. You can tell I'm mystified. Why would you cancel? Why would you not want to have that natural gas transported? We can export this stuff. We build LNG terminals. We can export it around the country. It creates hundreds and hundreds of thousands of jobs.
But think about this. We've had policies since Jimmy Carter, which restricted our ability to produce energy, to export energy.
That's right.
Donald Trump comes in, and in 4 years, he turns around the whole energy narrative. Oh, by the way, people, if you want to call in 215-867 8255. But we're not going to take calls during Stephen's segment here because time is too short, and I really want to hear what he has to say, and we can talk about it after he leaves, because he's doing interviews all over the place, and I'm sure you're going to be doing a lot of interviews, Stephen, about this, about what Joe Biden just said, because it is so crazy. It is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Well, we're gonna build charging stations, and we're gonna have these jobs ready. Hey, well, what do I do next week? What do I do next month? What do I do 2 months from now when I have to pay my mortgage or my rent? You know,
Yeah, plus those aren't real jobs. I mean, the only way you can get money to pay government workers, because the government's going to pay the bills, is to take away a private sector job. I mean, there's no free money. You have to have a private sector job worker who's working and paying taxes to fund the public employee who's using the tax dollars to do it. So what my point is, let's just have a level playing field. Let's just get the government out of energy, and let's use what's most efficient and productive. And in most cases, that's going to be oil and gas. In some cases, coal, nuclear. In some cases, if you live in Phoenix, Arizona, solar power may make sense. And let's just have the government stay out of it. Why do we have to have the government subsidize these things?
But Stephen, we don't. And more important, Joe Biden, Senator Joe Biden, Vice President Joe Biden, 47 years in government, has been on the wrong side of every major issue all 47 years. I mean,
well, it says something a lot about him that he's been in politics for 47 years. That's a lot. I mean, he spent his whole life, being a politician.
Here's a guy who's 78 years old, and he still doesn't get that it's the taxpayers' money. Like I said, I mean, we're talking about almost $1 trillion that he and Barack Obama squandered on green projects. And when Barack Obama was questioned about it, he's so cavalierly, and it just still makes me angry today, almost 8 years later, that he so cavalierly said, I guess those jobs weren't so shovel ready. I mean, at some point, Stephen, the American people have had it. That's why they voted for Donald Trump. So they knew that the American people were going to vote for Donald Trump. So we had all these shenanigans in the voter election and in voting in the voter election. And let me point this out for you, Stephen, so you can put this in your hat as you do your interviews and someone asks you about this. Jimmy Carter and James Baker. So it's the Baker-Carter Voting Commission report. It was done in 2005. They're very clear that voter fraud is going to happen with mail-in voting, same-day registration, and harvesting votes. Charles didn't say that. Stephen didn't say that. Trump didn't say that. This is a bipartisan, two guys who came together and said, hey, if you're going to have elections, you can't have these things in the election because they generate fraud.
Right.
Nobody's talking about that. What about immigration? What about the 9/11's commission's conclusion that legal and illegal immigration jeopardize our national security? And these people want to do away with enforcing our election laws, our immigration laws.
Well, I'm very much in favor of legal immigration. I think that legal immigration is really important to America. They're the really hardworking people keep our economy functioning, but they have to come legally, and I don't understand the logic of the executive order that discontinues the building of the wall. I mean, why would you go 75%, of the way to building the wall and then not stop? It's like going on a trip across the Atlantic Ocean. You get almost to the shore of Britain, and then you say, no, we're going to turn back. It just doesn't make any sense. We've spent all our money. We should continue to build the wall. And by the way, once we have the wall, we can have an orderly process. And I'd be in favor of more legal immigration once we've got the border secure. But, Charles, we're going to, you know this, we've got caravans coming from Honduras, El Salvador, from Argentina and other countries to come into our border because they think it's a porous border right now and you can just come right in. And by the way, I would be surprised if, Biden wouldn't give each one of these people $2,000, right? That's what they
exactly. I mean, how do they just this? I remember when Nancy Pelosi came to the podium in December and said, "Well, we're only going to give the American people $600. That's all we can afford. We can't afford to give the American people any more money." They put $1,800 for illegals in the bill. So if I go down and say I'm an illegal, I no speak English, no habla inglés. That's what I'm gonna go down and say, and I'm gonna collect my $2,000, my $1,800 for being here illegal. Where do you live? No habla inglés.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, I'm not in favor of the government giving money to anybody. I mean, the only way that the government can give you, Charles, $2,000. It's take $2,000 away from me, right?
Well, they took it from me.
There's no magic money in Washington.
Well, they took it from me, Steve. I'm just trying to get a little bit back.
Exactly. And then they take it from you and they give it to somebody else. I mean, it would be a wonderful thing if we could just give everybody $2,000.
It would be a wonderful thing if we could open back up this economy and put people back to work.
And Trump really had the economy going. Well, and I think it's going to be, I just hope Biden doesn't screw it up. And I'm really worried about these executive actions he's taken.
Stephen, let's think about this. Bill Maher, a comedian, said 2 years ago, the only way to stop Donald Trump is to take down the economy. And if that has to happen, if we have to stop the economy, and I'm thinking, how do you stop an economy? Huh? Pandemic. And who's been talking about pandemics and culling the human race, the human population on Earth? Bill Gates. Who invested $300 million in BioNTech? Bill and Melinda Gates. Hello.
Well, it's true that, if it had not been for the pandemic, Trump would have won a 40-state reelection landslide. But he's done an amazing job. I mean, Operation Warp Speed was one of the greatest programs in American history. It was getting the government out of the way so we could develop these private vaccines, which are great. I hope Biden does follow through with his 100 million doses in 100 days. We'll see about that.
Won't happen.
By the way, Trump was way to 1 million doses a day before Biden came in.
Well, it won't happen because these people that Biden has around him are the same people who created that great, phenomenal change we call Obamacare. And what did Berwin say? Berwin said the American people are stupid. That's why we can push over Obamacare on them. And you know what I found strange? And I asked every politician who I interviewed, I said, why don't you give the American people the same insurance that the people have on the Hill, the Congress has? And they said, oh, well, that would be a great idea. But they didn't do it. They said, oh, that'd be a great idea. But none of them did it. They didn't. Yeah. They pushed through some stuff that benefited pharma and it benefited the insurance companies. And Stephen, being an economist and dealing with the markets, how much money these insurance companies made. And the lowest average increase in stock was 142% for health insurance companies.
Yeah, the insurance companies made out like bandits. They loved it because the government was going to pay the bills. And now, of course, you get in bed with the enemy. And, so now the left is saying, well, let's just get rid of the insurance companies. So they may have made a bargain with the devil. But you're right. They all bought into Obamacare, just like a lot of the unions bought into Biden. And, even the pipe fitters union endorsed Biden.
Why?
And then,
the question is, why?
First week in office, he kills the pipeline.
Well,
you can't have pipeline pipe fitting jobs if you don't have pipeline.
Well, you know what, Stephen, this is what I say about that. Just see all of these so-called leaders, whether it's trade union leaders, whether it's black leaders. I mean, at least the trade union leaders elected their leaders, and these so-called black politicians who are supposed to be representing the people. These black politicians don't represent their constituents. Their constituents want good jobs, safe neighborhoods. They don't want prison reform. They want more people locked up.
That's right.
So these people up there, they don't represent the people that they were sent there to represent. You have Latinos. Latinos aren't interested in illegal immigration. And Cesar Chavez, Cesar Chavez was totally against illegal immigration. He asked President Nixon and Johnson to send troops to the border to stop illegals from coming across the border. Cesar Chavez said, put machine gun nests up. I didn't say that. Cesar Chavez did. He was not a proponent of illegal immigration. So anyway, man, what we try to do here and having people on like yourself is to educate, right. Stimulate, get people involved. I'm encouraging people to call their congressmen and senators and complain. But more importantly, the Republicans in these various entities have to ask the courts to put injunctions on these executive orders, just like they did President Trump.
Well, one of the things that's scary, Charlie, is that you've got a lot of these Now, let's see. Biden wants to pack the Supreme Court. He wants to get rid of the filibuster. He wants to have, all these executive orders to go around Congress. He wants to declare a climate emergency. He wants to get rid of the pay-as-you-go budget rules. I could go on and on and on. But what they're trying to do is, they want to, rig the elections with this HR 1 bill. I don't know if you followed that one.
I have.
All of that is really saying, well, we're going to change the rules of the game so we can never lose power. Because, look, the left, I hope nobody really believes, these liberals care about poor people or minorities or this group or that, women or, the gay community. All they care about, this is power.
Yep.
Power.
Yep. And being reelected. But we're going to make sure that that things stay on the right track. And I think that, I'm going to deal with a couple of articles after you leave about the new party, and Trump's not looking at starting a new party. I don't blame him. He said, look, let's just make this party better. And let's look at the 2022 election cycle and change some seats. And I think that's true. Hey, man, I know you got to get ready for your next interview. So thank you so much for spending some time with us today, Steve.
So good to be with you, and thanks for everything you do and for spreading the gospel. So appreciate it, and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you. You too. Take care. All right, Mr. Stephen Moore. So, folks, what we're getting ready to do is we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right
Hello, this
back.
is Dan Perkins from America's Cannabis Conversation, and I'm here to talk to you about how you can take responsibility for your own health. CV Science products that can help you empower yourself against the COVID-19 virus are CV Acute and CV Defense. The Acute product is taken at an early onset of feelings of discomfort and works over 3 days to assist your immune system to fight off the virus. The second product is CV Defense, which is taken daily, and it helps to optimize the power of your immune system to fight off this virus. Recently on my program, I had an interview with Dr. Michael Lewis, who's been in public health for decades. I asked him about personal responsibility, and he said,
"You are responsible for your own health. Don't count on the government to provide you with a magic pill or a magic shot for your health. That is your personal responsibility."
If you want to empower yourself and take control of your healthcare, go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info, and take care of your healthcare.
Okay, welcome back to the Reality Check with Charles Butler. Hey, what I wanted to share with you all is that people are angry out there. People are pissed. And like you said, the pipe fitters union actually supported Joe Biden. The question is why? Why? Joe Biden says he wants to be the most union-friendly, pro-union president. He's not pro-union. He's not pro-anything. He's pro-power. He's pro-lefty. He's pro-socialist. He's pro-transgenders in the military. Transgenderism is a mental illness. Hello. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what's going on out here? It's amazing. It's amazing. That's all I can say. And what we're going to do, we're going to play Larry Black.
This is a president who said he wanted to be the most pro-union president ever. Yet on the first day, 11,000 American union workers knew they weren't going to be able to build. Build back better means build.
Wow. It's Andy Black. Andy Black, who is the president of the Independent Pipe Line Association of America. And he'll probably be with us later in the week. We'll do an interview with him. It'll be good. It's going to be outstanding. And then we had Congressman Steele and Congressman Grootman, who were talking about union jobs and how this president had taken union jobs and basically he's trying to supplant them with non-existent jobs. It's crazy, man. I mean, how do you take somebody out of a job where they're making and getting a paycheck and say, "Oh, well, don't worry about it. 2 years from now, you'll have a great job." Really? lies, lies, and more lies. And people should know that Joe Biden's a big liar. He always has been. It's nothing new. He always has been. So what I'm trying to do right now, we're going to bring up the sound. I'm going to bring up the sound on this. So let's see here. We can bring up the sound. Oh, let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's see here. Let's see. Should be playing like the other one was, but it's not. So we'll see what's going on. All right. Sounds. Okay. So we didn't have that sound from this. Yeah, it should be playing. Anyway, it's not. But I don't know what's wrong with that one. Let's try this one. Let's see here. I have I just want you to hear these congressmen who are in Wisconsin talking about 52,000 people being laid off.
Joe Biden needs to reconsider this action immediately. We need to have good paying jobs in the United States of America. We need to have good paying jobs here in Wisconsin. Not only is it impacting jobs, it has a huge impact on our foreign policy. We need to have a North American supply of oil and gas.
What's wrong with that? Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with that. What's wrong with that is that we get to be the big cheese in the international playing field. You know, what did Barack Obama said? Well, America's not exceptional. We're not exceptional. We need to be more conciliatory. But I expected that from Barack Obama. He's an Indonesian. He's a foreigner. But he was raised as a foreigner. He wasn't raised playing baseball. People who are raised playing baseball throw a baseball. Boys throw baseballs. American boys throw baseball. Barack throws like a little girl. He throws a baseball like a little girl. You can look at any picture. I'm not trying to, cast aspersions. I'm just telling the truth. He throws like a sissy, a real sissy. I know girls who have a better stroke than Barack Obama. I mean, he throws. It was embarrassing. That's one of those photo ops he should have skipped. I mean, he shoots a basketball every now and then and makes a basket, But the guy, I'm telling you, pathetic. Anyway, this is Congressman Steele, and he's in Wisconsin, and they're talking about guys who are making $80,000-$90,000 a year. That's a great salary. You heard the wind whistling past the mic. This is real stuff. I recorded this today off of the internet, but check it out.
Joe Biden's decision makes us more dependent on the Middle East, more dependent on Russia, more dependent on Venezuela for our supply of energy. I find his decision disgusting. Hundreds of Wisconsin workers lost their job this week because of what Joe Biden did. Joe Biden needs to immediately reconsider this action and put Wisconsin workers back to work.
Wow. Now, see, that's the kind of action it's going to take. That's the kind of rhetoric it's going to take to get Joe Biden's attention. Because he really thinks that, oh my God, we stopped the XL pipeline. This is so wonderful. This is great. Hey, great for who? Great for China and Russia. They're laughing their asses off. He said, how stupid but they all know Joe Biden's stupid. Let's be clear about Joe Biden's intellectual capacity. He was one of the dumbest guys in his law class. He considered one of the dumbest guys in the Senate. He is a dumb individual. He is a dumb white man. How do you get to be president being a dumb? I used to hear people talk about, well, Donald Trump, he's so dumb. Donald Trump's not dumb. He's not dumb at all. I heard Quincy Jones say, well, he's stupid, but he didn't say he was dumb. I mean, you don't build an empire, a real estate empire, being dumb. Yeah. Joe Biden built his empire, his net worth, insider trading, as other congressmen and senators do. And, he goes, I'm old Scranton Joe. No, you're lying, cheating, stealing, and you're not old Po Joe. You guys can go out there and look up his net worth. It's in the millions. He's a millionaire. And he's still trying. I'm Po Joe. I ride the train to work every day. Please. Folks, don't be duped by Joe Biden, okay? Don't be duped by Joe. The pipe fitters union was duped by Joe. See what happened to them? Okay. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about this third party that people keep saying President Trump's going to start. Well, I'm going to give you my 3 cents on it. It's probably not going to happen. So we'll see. But you know, stick with me. We'll be right back. Hi, this is Charles Butler, the host of the radio show, The Reality Check with Charles Butler. At Asset Benefits, we provide our clients with the rates and benefits from over 20 top-rated life insurance companies. We make you informed decision makers about final expense, mortgage protection, and securing your family's financial stability with the loss of a loved one. Hey, don't wait. Pick up the phone and call 312-667-9111 for your free quote and evaluation. So don't leave your family in a financial crisis because of a failure to plan for financial needs. Please call us for a free analysis and quote at 312-667-9111. Thank you.
Hello, this is Dan Perkins from America's Cannabis Conversation, and I'm here to talk to you about how you can take responsibility for your own health. CV Science products that can help you empower yourself against the COVID-19 virus are CV Acute and CV Defense. The Acute product is taken at an early onset of feelings of discomfort and works over 3 days to assist your immune system to fight off the virus. The second product is CV Defense, which is taken daily, and it helps to optimize the power of your immune system to fight off this virus. Recently on my program, I had an interview with Dr. Michael Lewis, who's been in public health for decades. I asked him about personal responsibility, and he said,
You are responsible for your own health. Don't count on the government to provide you with a magic pill or a magic shot for your health. That is your personal responsibility.
If you want to empower yourself and take control of your healthcare, go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info and take care of your healthcare.
Okay, take care of your health care. Don't forget to do that, folks, because it is on you to take care of your health care. Go to empoweryourhealth.com. So, it's great. It's great. It's great what we're doing. It's great to get this information out to you. The third party that people are asking Donald Trump to form. The only polling that I kind of follow and have any credence in is Rasmussen when we talk to polling and IBD. Rasmussen and IBD tip. But this survey was taken January 22nd through the 24th, and it was from 1,000 likely U.S. voters. They said former President was suggested he may start a third party. Is that a good idea? Bad idea? While plurality of the likely voters, 45%, believe it's a bad idea, the majority of GOP voters, or 53%, consider it a good idea. And that's because they and I are tired of elected GOP politicians trying to out Democrats and out be nice guys than Democrats. We didn't elect you to go there and be a nice guy. We elected you to go there and do what Donald Trump did, which was to do the people's business and put America first. I could care less about Chinese peasants. I could care less about people in Africa going hungry. That's not true. Going hungry is a different thing. They built a whole economy in China where they built a 300 million person middle class. In America, I think our population is 320. They built just a middle class of 300 million people. China is like 2 or 3 billion people. So if you want to call anybody who has a negative impact on the earth and breathing, do like Mao. Well, people don't forget and people don't understand that Mao killed like 30 million people. No, he killed something like 30, 50 million people. It's some exorbitant number of people that Mao killed, because I think Stalin killed 30 million in Russia alone. So, okay. This new party. This is a rumor, which the Republican National Committee Chair, Ronna McDonald, has vehemently denied. She said, I've talked to the president I've talked to others around the president who are talking to him every day. He's not going to start a third party. No, there's no reason to start a third party. Let's make this party better. 30% of Republicans said it would be a bad idea for Trump to start another party. Yep, it would be. 17% said they remained unsure, while those outside of either party remained virtually split. 43% expressing belief that it'd be a good idea for Trump to form another party, and 42% indicating otherwise. So 16% still remains unsure. The survey respondents were also asked if President Trump started third party, would you consider the Trump third party better or worse than the Republican Party, or about the same? And most of the respondents said it would be worse, followed by 34% that said it would be better. 17% said about the same. 6% said they're not sure. And among GOP voters, 49% believe the new party would be better, 33% worse, 21% about the same. So 8% said they're not sure. So it looks like, let's see, 49% better. Wow, that's over almost half. And then 21% said the same. So it means they'll stay there. So you're looking at 70% of the GOP voters who said this might not be a bad idea. It's Republican. And Jason Miller, who's a senior campaign advisor to the president, probably needs to go somewhere and jump in a lake, like Lake Michigan, where it's cold, because he ran a horrible campaign. Has also dismissed ideas that Trump is actively planning to launch a third party. That Trump has made it clear his goal is to win back the House and Senate for Republicans in 2022. There's nothing actively being planned regarding an effort for outside of that. That's a quote. Okay. Just saying, folks, I love it. I love it. Some of the comments are one. Okay. I'm going to see if anybody called in. Number is 215-867-8255. Yeah, we did fix the sound. I'm glad of that. I had to work on that. Thank God. Thank you guys for sticking with me and coming back. That's what's important. That's what's important. I was trying to do the piece yesterday about Rand Paul and George Stephanopoulos. He was on George's show on Sunday. And I am just so proud of Rand. I'm trying to get Rand on the show. I'm so proud of Rand because he stood up to Stephanopoulos and he said, hold it, wait a minute. There are two sides to everything. Stephanopoulos tried to say, well, no, there's only one side. And that is that it was a fair election. No, it wasn't a fair and honest election. For starters, they're not the governor of a state, the secretary of state of a state, or the attorney general of a state cannot change election law. They cannot change the rules of an election. That happened in Pennsylvania. That happened in Georgia. That happened in Wisconsin. It happened in California. However, in California, what they did, and I said this yesterday, but I was kind of working, trying to get the sound on, so I don't know if you really heard me, paid any attention because I was distracted. But Gavin Newsom came out and said, hey, I'm going to send, because of COVID, you guys are in, I'm going to send every registered voter a ballot. Now, this included the 50,000 plus illegals that were sent voter IDs in error. See, in California, like in Illinois, they have these stupid rules where they give illegal aliens driver's license, a government issued ID. They're not here legally to work. They're not here legally to do. They're illegal in the country. And these people seem to think that it's okay to be an illegal in our country. These are your elected officials. It is not okay. These people take jobs. They kill people. They can't read English. They run stop signs. They don't pay any attention to the rules of the road. Because they can't read, they can't write. Some of the requirements for becoming an American citizen, very simple. Read and speak English. Know how the country was founded. Take their tests on immigration tests or citizenship tests online. Take them. See if you can pass them. I can. I put a couple up today that I passed. So Gavin Newsom said, I'm going to send out these ballots and let the people vote in the 2020 election. So the California legislature, being astute as they are, they went to the governor and said, Governor, you can't do that. You've overstepped your boundaries. But we can, because we're the state legislature. Why? Who vests the power in the state legislatures to change voting law, election law? The Constitution. The Constitution vests the power of only state legislatures to change election law. Not a governor, because the governor could change it to benefit his party. Not the Secretary of State. He could do the same, or the AG. See, so these Democrats, they think they're above the law. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. Like Nancy Pelosi, she thinks she can do whatever the hell she wants. Joe Biden once said that executive orders are like being a dictator. And so what does he do? He goes out, he writes more executive orders, and nobody wants to say this, but he's written more executive orders in the week that he's been inaugurated than 8 or 9 presidents did in the same time span. Why? Because he's a dictator. We need to stop this man. We need to demand that our elected officials stand up, ask the court for injunctions, just like they did Donald Trump, ask him for injunctions. But Rand Paul is the only one senator with the balls. He goes on TV and he just gets in that behind. See, George Stephanopoulos is not that smart. He's he became Clinton's campaign manager. Really? And then he gets a TV show. Really? Who nobody watches. I don't watch. I've never watched it. I don't know anybody that talks about the ratings or anything else that's being done on his show that's done his show. The only reason that I'm playing this clip is because he got in George Stephanopoulos' butt real time. He was not nice. Listen to this.
There are not two sides of the story. This has been looked at in every single state.
Oh, sure there are.
Certified
There
in
are
every
two sides to every
state.
story. George, you're forgetting who you are. You're forgetting who you are as a journalist. If you think there's only one side, you're inserting yourself into the story to say, I'm a liar. You can't just sweep that under the rug and say, oh, nothing to see here, and everybody's a liar, and you're a fool and bring this up.
Wow. Laws without the legislatures coming approving against the Constitution, totally unconstitutional. So what you want to say is, like George Stephanopoulos, because he's stupid. He's really stupid. And see, today I hate to say this, but today people go by what you look like instead of what you say. It's like being elected for president. I hear people say, well, who's the cutest? Who this is not a high school election for class president. This is about policy. This is so the pipe fitters union got duped by their leadership, who doesn't represent them, by the way. It's like black leadership supporting prison reform. Black people I talk to don't support black folks getting out of jail, black men getting out. They like, keep those dudes in jail, please. As a matter of fact, why don't you execute a few of them and quit feeding them with taxpayer? Everybody's got their hook. Everybody's putting people in prison for 30 years. How does that rehabilitate them? How does it? If their crime was so heinous to be locked up for 30 years, then maybe they need to be executed. But to spend $70,000 or $35,000, depending on the state you're in, anywhere from $35,000 to $72,000 a year on one person, if you gave that person that money, that'd be a pretty decent. They wouldn't have to go out and commit a crime. But you have a lot of sociopaths, and that's a whole nother discussion we're not going to get into about prison justice reform. I'm going to stick on Joe Biden real quick, because Joe Biden was just on today. And Joe was talking about how his executive orders are going to create jobs, and we're going to have hundreds of thousands of green jobs. Bullshit. Excuse my language. BS. Beep, 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 beep. Let's take that out. BS. It is BS. We're not going to have green jobs, no more than we had those thousands of shovel-ready jobs where we paid $787 billion to campaign donors to the Obama Biden administration. And these guys all went belly up and walked away with hundreds of thousands of dollars in their pocket. That's taxpayer money. And nothing happened to them. Joe Biden. See, Donald Trump was too smart for these people. He's business savvy. Business savvy. We got to get Donald Trump back in office. No question. As president, I don't care if he's president, senator, dog catcher. We got to get this man back in power. And guess what? The Senate yesterday voted basically to acquit. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about that, okay?
America's Cannabis Conversation. And I'm here to talk to you about how you can take responsibility for your own health. CV Science products that can help you empower yourself against the COVID-19 virus are CV Acute and CV Defense. The Acute product is taken at an early onset of feelings of discomfort and works over 3 days to assist your immune system to fight off the virus. The second product is CV Defense, which is taken daily, and it helps to optimize the power of your immune system to fight off this virus. Recently on my program, I had an interview with Dr. Michael Lewis, who's been in public health for decades. I asked him about personal responsibility, and he said,
You are responsible for your own health. Don't count on the government to provide you with a magic pill or a magic shot for your health. That is your personal responsibility.
If you want to empower yourself and take control of your healthcare, go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info and take care of your healthcare. Hello, this is Dan Perkins, and I want to talk to you about CV Science's new product to give you a healthy immune system. The all-natural product is called CV Defense, and this supplement is designed to protect you against attack on your immune system. Take it every day. Keep your immune system and you healthy. Be proactive about protecting your immune system and protecting your body by using CV Defense. For more information, you can go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info.
Hi, this is Charles Butler, the host of the radio show, The Reality Check with Charles Butler. At Asset Benefits, we provide our clients with the rates and benefits from over 20 top-rated life insurance companies. We make you informed decision makers about final expense, mortgage protection, and securing your family's financial stability with the loss of a loved one. Hey, don't wait. Pick up the phone and call 312-667-9111 for your free quote and evaluation. So don't leave your family in a financial crisis because of a failure to plan for financial needs. Please call us for a free analysis and quote at 312-667-9111. Thank you. Yeah, we kind of blew that Donald Trump's not in the White House, and we have to deal with this moron that's in the White House. And I'm not gonna, denigrate Joe Biden. I'm sure his heart's in a good place. I met Joe Biden actually. I've known Joe Biden and been in and out of his company since the 90s. But I met Joe Biden again in 2019 at a club that he came to, and we took a picture together. I have the picture. And one of these days, I'm going to put it up on my website. But I sent the picture to Michael Steele, who used to be the chair of RNC. And Mike said, hey, no wonder it's snowing in D.C. Anyway, that's Mike, right? So anyway, we going to talk about that vote yesterday. 43 senators said they voted against, going to trial. So they don't have a vote. So they just go and wasted all this time. They're going to say, oh, well, we impeached Donald Trump twice. Well, we know it's bogus. The history books will say it's bogus. The history books will talk about the overreach and the intemperance and the immaturity of Nancy Pelosi. What Nancy Pelosi did was outright crazy. Just like when she tore up the speech at the State of the Union. Couldn't control herself. Typical woman. See, nobody wants to, well, if you say these things, then you're anti-woman, you're anti. She did what she did. I'm just calling it out. If a man had done that, we said he's crazy. Look at this crazy dude. But she didn't. Nobody wants to say, oh, I mean, she tore up the president's speech and wouldn't shake his hand. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. You can't make this stuff up, people. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you have to roll with because it's real. It's true. Like I said, the call-in line is open at 215-867-8255. So you guys can reach out, call. But this impeachment, the trial, the convict is DOA, dead on arrival when it gets to the Senate. They're going to sit there. They're going to listen. They're going to vote. Donald Trump is down in Florida, Key Largo, doing his thing. Good for you, Donald. Get some rest, baby, because we're going to need you. Going to need you to get your energy up. Then they tried to sue the man, the emollients clause. Oh, the Supreme Court threw that out. Well, he's making money because, people who want to do business with the government are staying in Trump's hotel. And, well, he's not meeting with these people. They're meeting with maybe Trump's administration, but they're not meeting directly with the president. And the president has excluded himself from his business dealings. Dick Cheney was a businessman. He came in from the business sector to be vice president, but he wasn't president. Trump was a businessman who came out of the private sector and went into the Oval Office. I can't think of the last time that happened. In fact, the closest time it happened was with Herbert Hoover. Herbert Hoover was a businessman. He was into petroleum, came out of that business, became Secretary of Commerce, and then he ran for president. So, that's how that story went. But he was the closest. And you know how long ago that was? When Hoover was president. That was back in the 20s. Because the next president was FDR. We're not even going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about the Great Depression, Great Recession, and how we kept pulling out of the Depression, and Roosevelt would put us back in. We'd pull out of the Depression, Roosevelt would put us back in. Hey, look, for all you folks who are out there, please click subscribe and then hit the little like button and then hit the notification button so you'll know when we're on. We're on every day, Monday through Friday, here at Red State Talk Radio, 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Central. So gonna take a little break and do our COVID notification. Here we go.
And I want to talk to you about CV Science's new product to give you a healthy immune system. The all-natural product is called CV Defense, and this supplement is designed to protect you against attack on your immune system. Take it every day. Keep your immune system and you healthy. Be proactive about protecting your immune system and protecting your body by using CV Defense. For more information, you can go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info. Hello, this is Dan Perkins from America's Cannabis Conversation, and I'm here to talk to you about how you can take responsibility for your own health. CV Science products that can help you empower yourself against the COVID-19 virus are CV Acute and CV Defense. The Acute product is taken at an early onset of feelings of discomfort and works over 3 days to assist your immune system to fight off the virus. The second product is CV Defense, which is taken daily, and it helps to optimize the power of your immune system to fight off this virus. Recently on my program, I had an interview with Dr. Michael Lewis, who's been in public health for decades. I asked him about personal responsibility, and he said,
You are responsible for your own health. Don't count on the government to provide you with a magic pill or a magic shot for your health. That is your personal responsibility.
If you want to empower yourself and take control of your health care, go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info and take care of your health care.
Hi, this is Charles Butler, the host of the radio show, The Reality Check with Charles Butler. At Asset Benefits, we provide our clients with the rates and benefits from over 20 top-rated life insurance companies. We make you informed decision makers about final expense, mortgage protection, and securing your family's financial stability with the loss of a loved one. Don't wait. Pick up the phone and call 312-667-9111 for your free quote and evaluation. So don't leave your family in a financial crisis because of a failure to plan for financial needs. Please call us for a free analysis and quote at 312 667-9111. Thank you. Okay, we're back, and we're gonna finish up here, but you can put this in the bank and be sure that the impeachment process, the impeachment trial, DOA, dead on arrival. It's not even a question. I love it. Hey, folks, thanks for your feedback out there. In fact, on YouTube, we have looks like some new comments. We got Hero Fix TV. I fixed the sound. Yeah, I did. Thank you. Robert's out there says excellent. Robert says like the bike with no seat. No, the seat's there. The seat's there. I didn't know you could see that. I just brought it in today. It says if Trump started a third party, Democrats would be the first. Let's see, Trump's party would be number 2, and GOP would be a distant third. No question. For be Trump first, Trump number 2, and okay. Did the same thing to Nixon about looks. Yep. Henry CB says checking you out, Butler. Hey, Henry, how you doing? Got to give you a call. Hey, but look, folks, we had a great time. We had Stephen Moore with us today. He did a great job. If you didn't catch it from the beginning, you can catch it on YouTube. We'll put it back up. Everything is working today for a change, and hopefully we will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, bringing the truth to you. So thank you. Have a good one. Henry.